Assalamu alaikum, I'm Aisha and you're watching SAMAA News. Here are today's headlines.
President Donald Trump has said that any future agreement with Iran will not immediately unlock Tehran's frozen overseas assets. In an interview, Trump said the two sides are very close to reaching a deal, but stressed that any financial relief would come only if Iran complies with its commitments. He also reiterated that the United States intends to seize and destroy Iran's stockpile of highly enriched uranium, and claimed Tehran has accepted it will not pursue nuclear weapons. President Trump said in the same interview that he wants to see more targeted military action against Hezbollah in Lebanon, calling for what he described as more surgical strikes. Trump said he wants a better future for Lebanon, but argued that operations against Hezbollah should be intensified in a more focused manner. In response, Iran's parliament speaker Mohammad Bagher Ghalibaf said that U.S. military bases and Israeli interests in the Middle East could become legitimate targets if pressure on Iran continues. In a post on X, Ghalibaf accused the United States and Israel of disregarding ceasefire commitments, citing the U.S. naval blockade of Iran and renewed Israeli operations in Lebanon as evidence that they respond only to what he called the language of power. The United States is reportedly considering the use of frozen Iranian assets to fund reconstruction in Gulf countries affected by recent attacks, according to sources familiar with the matter. The proposal is said to involve U.S. Treasury officials assessing damage linked to the ongoing conflict, while also exploring options for covering future reconstruction costs in the region. The move comes amid continued hostilities and fragile ceasefire efforts between Washington and Tehran, with Iran previously calling for access to frozen funds as part of any potential settlement.
Pakistan has delivered an important message from Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif and Field Marshal Asim Munir as part of efforts to support diplomacy and reduce tensions in the region. During a visit to Tehran, Interior Minister Mohsin Naqvi met Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi to discuss the regional situation, mediation efforts, and bilateral cooperation. According to Iranian media, the talks focused on promoting dialogue and encouraging progress in diplomatic efforts between Tehran and Washington.
As this happens, the United States is pushing a draft resolution at the International Atomic Energy Agency, demanding that Iran provide detailed information about its bombed nuclear facilities and the whereabouts of its enriched uranium stockpiles. The proposed resolution also calls on Tehran to grant inspectors immediate access to verify the information, a move that could further complicate ongoing negotiations between Washington and Tehran. The U.S. military says it shot down 2 Iranian one-way attack drones over the Strait of Hormuz, claiming they posed a threat to international maritime traffic. U.S. Central Command said American forces remain postured and ready to defend against further attacks as tensions continue in the region. The incident comes as the United States and Iran continue indirect negotiations for a possible interim agreement, even as sporadic clashes persist. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth has said that a deal with Iran could be reached soon, but warned that Washington remains prepared to take whatever steps it considers necessary to prevent Tehran from obtaining a nuclear weapon. Speaking ahead of his departure from France, Hegseth said the United States believes a great deal is likely as negotiations continue over regional tensions and the future of the Strait of Hormuz. U.S. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth has sparked controversy after using a D-Day commemoration speech in Normandy to criticize European migration policies. Marking the 82nd anniversary of the Allied landings, he said that while D-Day beaches once symbolized liberation, today different European beaches are stormed by different dangerous ideologies, describing migrant arrivals as an invasion.
Ukrainian officials say a Russian drone struck a spent nuclear fuel storage facility near the site of the Chernobyl nuclear power plant on Sunday. According to Ukraine's military and nuclear authorities, part of a building used for receiving storage containers was damaged in the attack. Officials stressed that no spent nuclear fuel was being kept in the affected section at the time. Authorities also said radiation levels in the area remain stable and there is no immediate threat to public safety.
At least 9 Palestinians have been killed and more than 30 others injured in Israeli attacks across the Gaza Strip since dawn. 5 of the victims were killed in a strike on a police post in the Al-Mawasi area of Khan Yunis, a densely populated area sheltering large numbers of displaced families. Several of the wounded were reported to be in critical condition and were transferred to nearby hospitals for treatment.
France has warned that additional sanctions could soon be imposed on Israeli settlers over the expansion of settlements in the West Bank and rising violence against Palestinians. French Foreign Minister Jean-Noël Barrot said further measures could be announced in the coming days, following sanctions already imposed by the European Union on certain settlers and organisations linked to settlement activity. Paris says it is concerned by what it describes as an escalation of tensions and violence in the occupied West Bank.
And at least 10 migrants have died after a boat carrying around 60 people capsized in waters east-southeast of Malta. Italian rescuers recovered the bodies while a fishing vessel in the area helped save about 48 survivors. The boat is believed to have departed from Libya, and search operations are continuing under the coordination of Maltese authorities.
That's all for now. For more updates, visit www.samaa.tv. Thank you for watching SAMAA News.